What's up, everyone? Kevin Allen here from DFS Army, and this is our NFL Week 3 Fanduel First Look lineup. All right. It's Week 3, and we are taking a look at the Fanduel salary structure for the week. But before we get into that, we're going to build a Fanduel lineup. Again, before we get into that, I always like to look at the game environments real quick, and we'll just go over them in a hurry. As always, this is the DFS Army Domination Station Optimizer, and up top here, you see the game tiles from the optimizer. And as you can see, green, good, red, yellow, bad. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 interesting game environments in the green. And I've got one little sleeper game environment right here, Jets, Falcons, which could deliver all of the tournament monies. Keep that one in mind. But of course, got a really interesting game here between the Cardinals and the Jags. I don't understand why it's such a close spread. Only 7 points for the Cardinals. Jaguars have looked absolutely awful, so I'm not sure that'll be particularly competitive. One game here that looks exciting, Kansas City at home against the Chargers. Both teams can score. Both teams have a lot of exciting weapons, and a lot of those weapons are a little underpriced on FanDuel this week, so we can get some leverage like that in that particular game. And of course, we've got Bucks, Rams, 55.5 point total, 1.5 point spread. That is a lot of sexy goodness, fantasy bonanza of points. And finally, I don't know how you choose. There's so many great games. Seattle, Minnesota. What? Are you serious right now? 55.5 point total, 2 point spread. You cannot ask for anything better. Hilaire is we might not even need Hilaire. But Hilaire is very cheap, and there are some other very, very cheap guys. One of the things I love about FanDuel, guys, FanDuel is designed to appeal to more casual players. They don't adjust their salaries as fast as DraftKings does, so we can get bargains if we're paying close attention. So before I even build the lineup, let's take a quick look at some of the salaries. And the way we're going to do it is we're going to sort by salary here. Now, this is FanDuel. And again, check it out. Saquon Barkley down to $6K. Saquon, has he been great? No, but he's had a 10-day rest since the last game. And I said it against Washington last week. I said, you know what? It's a 4-day rest. They're not going to load up on Saquon Barkley. Okay? They're not going to load up on him. And you're right. Buffo, you should be playing on FanDuel. FanDuel is designed for more casual players. If you don't have advanced metrics and all of that, you don't need it as much on FanDuel. You don't need to find some crazy tart. I'm going to point out some players that are really cheap that you could just round out your lineups with that are going to make it very, very easy to build whatever the hell you want this week. But Saquon Barkley is one of them. So what I was saying is, now he's had 10 days of rest. I said it against Washington. He's only got the short rest, Thursday turnaround game last week. Now he's got a much longer time. So Barkley at 3K, very exciting. Now, I don't understand what the hell's going on with Alexander Madison. Dalvin Cook's fine, so Madison does not belong here at all. I don't know what's up with that. Austin Eckler, 7K. That's incredible game environment. KC coming off a bunch of targets. I like him better on DraftKings, if I'm being honest. But I'm okay with that on FanDuel as well. Obviously, Derrick Henry, at this point, you kind of want to play him every week in some lineups. I love Dalvin Cook in this spot as well. Going to be very expensive. Got to hopefully afford it. What's up, Coach Bob? Hopefully afford it. Jonathan Taylor, JT. Normally, I'd like it, but not without, a real quarterback at the helm. Jacob Eason. Oh, hell no. Let's see who else stands out here. I just like to run through the values real quick with this. Mike Williams, still significantly underpriced on FanDuel at 6K. I love him. I love him in this spot. Sterling Shepard, 6,400. Salaries floating up. I want to point out one more guy that we can get here. It's funny. He's not really popping on the projection. It's early in the week. I don't even know if the these might just be generic projections. I'm not even sure if we really bother doing high-level projections this early, but one name that I want to keep in mind is Rondell Moore. Still 5,600. This kid is electric. I love Rondell Moore. I love the way they're using him. He's a guy that you want to roll into your lineups every week. Even Elijah Moore, the Moore brothers, even Elijah Moore at 5,100. Has he popped off? No. But the Jets have not done really anything else at wide receiver. Last week, you have to throw it out. Fucking disaster game, but that's more of a tournament play. Anyway, just quickly sorting through the fantasy points per dollar values. Look at this. Travis Kelce, far and away, the best value on the board. I will be using Kelce on FanDuel this week. You can afford it. I'm going to do it. And nothing really pops as usual on defense, but I want to keep in mind that there are a couple of teams that are rolling out rookie quarterbacks, and we're going to want to play the defenses against those rookies. So let's get to building. And I'm going to start with our top value on the slate, Saquon Barkley. You know what? You're going to say, well, he hasn't done a whole lot. I'm going to ask for a better game environment. 10 days since his last game, and I'm looking for them to step up the volume. Is it going to happen? I don't know, but that's what I'm going for. I'm also just plug and playing Travis Kelce. If I use like a Tom Brady at the quarterback, or even if I start messing with, Matthew Stafford, building around this game, I might go to Gronk. But Kelce is the safest bet, and you can afford him this week, so I'm just going to go there. I also always tend to like to start with defense. I like to plug in a cheap one. So let's find whichever defense is playing against the team, starting a backup quarterback for the cheapest possible price. Now, I'll say this. Could you play Atlanta? I think yes, right? You could. Am I going to? Probably not. But look what they did here. How interesting is it that FanDuel actually did adjust the salaries of the defenses significantly compared to DraftKings, where we can get the Titans for like min salary against Jacob Eason here. But I want to see who's playing. Oh, Texans game is Thursday night, so we can't attack that, but I'll have a lot to say about that game later on this week on the Showdown Breakdown. I want to go with a cheap team here. I'm going to go with one of these bottom feeders. And let's say these teams are too good. We'll go with Cincinnati for our salary saver. Oh no, you know what? I'm going to go Atlanta because Danny Dimes is a turnover quarterback. So let's go with Danny Dimes for now. And we'll consider if we have some salary left over. I wouldn't mind the Raiders going up against Jacoby Brissett. They priced them up a little bit. Yeah, FanDuel did a good job of pricing up those defenses. So we'll just plug in a cheap one for now and move on. Now, one of the wide receivers that was underpriced significantly last week and remains, we're all in on Mike Williams last week at 5,600. I'm going right back to it. Man, I think Carr's going to play. So, but if he doesn't, that's just going to be a disgusting game but yeah, we'll play some Miami there. But I think Carr is fine. So I don't think that's going to be an issue. But I want to go to Mike Williams. What happened here? There he is. Mike Williams, 6K, touchdown scorer, going up against Kansas City, highest scoring, one of the highest totals on the slate. What more can we ask for? Now I'm going to scroll down and see what kind of cheapies we can get our hands on. Chase Claypool is interesting in this spot, guys. The Steelers might be without Deontay Johnson. Let's pay close attention to that. I'm just going to pay attention to it. If it happens, great. There's usually all these great salary savers. How about Kenny Golladay? Squeaky wheel. Screaming at the coordinator last week. Kind of like that game environment. But the guy I think I really love the most down here is Rondell Moore. There's so many really decent, cheap wide receivers, though. Are you seeing this? This is why you can afford kind of whatever you want on FanDuel, and this is why FanDuel is such a good format, because you can really build lineups around your stacks and your game environments without having to worry as much. Here's an interesting. I do not worry about the defense that I'm picking going up against players in my lineup. Kyle, think about it. How does a defense do well? Does it do well by preventing the other team from scoring and putting up a 0? No, they don't normally do that. The way defenses do well is turnovers, sacks. So I don't care. I don't even worry about defense versus players because I'm looking for sacks. I'm looking for pick sixes, and I just want to get cheap on defense most of the time. You never know with these defenses, so I just don't like paying up. You kind of pay up for uncertainty. I don't mind paying up against like rookies and stuff like that, but only if we have enough salary left over to where we can do that and not really, and I never do, right? But if we do, I'm cool with it. So, all right, we've plugged in a couple guys here. We might still look to upgrade in some spots, but we need a quarterback, and then I want to build around a game environment. So there's a lot of sexy games. We talked about it. Mahomes, yeah, okay, right? I've already got Kelsey in here. Might as well, throw in Reek in there too. Sure, why not? Russell Wilson, I like this game environment as a build around as well. You could certainly pair up Russ with Metcalf and Jefferson. There's enough space left in this lineup maybe to fit all three of those in a lineup together, or even something like Russ, Dalvin Cook, Metcalf. Yeah. No, it's a great question, and I'm glad you asked it. I wanted to explain that answer, that it is totally fine. Plus, I might switch off this defense, but to use a defense against players, and don't worry about that. Never worry about that. Cooper Kupp is the golden child. You're right, and I'm always good to play Cooper Kupp. He was great. We loaded up on him last week. It's that rare occasion when you load up on a player and it works. Like I had 50% Cooper Kupp and it worked, but obviously it was pretty chalky last week. So it wasn't like you'll see when you load up on a player like that. But look at this. So let's build a Russell Wilson stack. Check out how this would look. And again, one of the things you always want to do is just build around game environments. So let's say we built a nice little Russ stack. We're going to go to the lower owned Metcalf, as we've had 2 weeks of Tyler Lockett smashing, which means no one's going to play Metcalf because that's how donkeys play DFS. They look at what happened last week and they assume it's going to happen again next week. We're not going to be donkeys. We're going to try to be a little bit sharper and not do what the field expects. If I've got Wilson and I've got Metcalf, I kind of want to play Dalvin Cook here. So let's see if we could squeeze him in there. That leaves us very little at the flex. We might not be able to pull this off. 5,300 in the flex is not going to give us a whole lot of goodness. I don't like it. Yeah, I don't like it. So we can't do Dalvin Cook. Instead, what I'm going to do is throw Justin Jefferson or Adam Thielen, it doesn't matter, into the flex here. Where's Jefferson? All right, 7,400. We could put him here. Let's see how much money we have left. See, notice the difference between 9,500 and 7,500. Now I can throw in a 7,500 running back in my mix here. It's not going to be, let's see, any of these guys any good. Austin Eckler, give me a little piece of that KC beautiful environment right here. This is a lineup, guys. Check it out. And we have 400 left over, so we don't have to use the Falcons. There you go. So you don't have to try to beat me up for using a player against the defense. Ooh, Atlanta. Giants. Could use the Giants. Bucks at the Rams. No. We're still pretty much stuck with poor choice. I would actually go the opposite way and go Giants here. Why not? But I don't love the Giants either, quite honestly. None of these defenses look particularly good. KC, Washington and Buffalo, no. Seattle, no. Atlanta, we're right back to it. I kind of like Atlanta better than the Giants. I don't know. Whatever. I'll leave that to whatever. But check out this lineup. I'm going to go through it here. So we've got a Wilson, DK Metcalf stack, bring back with Justin Jefferson. We've got the GOAT, Travis Kelce, Chargers, and the bring back, more correlation right here with Chargers, KC, We've got a piece of the sexiest game of the week, and we can actually upgrade this spot because we've got some salary left over. But I just like Rondell Moore this week. But you know what? We'll try to upgrade that here in a second. We've got a quarterback from the exciting game of the week. We've got the bargain running back of the week, and we've actually got him correlated or reverse correlated with his defense. One last thing here that we can do, because we have some money left over, we can actually look to upgrade this wide receiver. I like Moore. I don't know if I'm going to find a better person. I mean, we could totally play Antonio Brown. I'm good with it. I'm not ready to anoint Cordero Patterson a thing yet. So I'm just not there. Jamar Chase, I think, is playable against Pittsburgh. Sure, why not? We've got Claypool here. If Deontay is out, I think he's very playable as well. Kenny Golladay, I think, is in play. So there's a whole lot of options here that we can go with. I'm going to stick with Rondell Moore for this lineup here. I kind of like it. I think it's tournament worthy. Lots of correlation here. And, solid overall lineup. I just put it in this $5 Millie Maker tournament. Now, guys, what you want to do in these builds every time is come right back to it. Let's switch up so I'm going to do a second build here and just going to switch up our focal point. We focus around a core of players that we're going to just load up on. And then we're going to focus around a quarterback and a game environment. So let's say I want to go with Mahomes and this Chargers game environment, right? I'm going to slap him in here. Instead, Mahomes, of course, has been beasting. He always beasts. He never gets below 20 fantasy points. So Mahomes to Kelsey, the stack is already there. Mike Williams, comeback. We can bring the running back right back into the mix here because he's part of the correlative play. Let's take a look at our salary remaining. I mean, I can go Marvin Jones Jr. here. I don't mind that. He's been the number one. I don't mind Sterling Shepard there. Hollywood Brown has been great every single week. A.J. Brown, sure, why not? Keenan Allen came down in price. So there's a lot of options here. Let me just take a look at our total salary. I wish that, you know what? Let's take a look at the running back position and see if I like to play running backs on FanDuel in the flex. Wow, look at how the mighty have fallen here. Antonio Gibson all the way down. Yeah, I'm switch up that defense too. All right, I know. I don't want to be loading up on that horrible defense. So let's see if we can get, man, they really screwed us on defense, guys. Going to make me pay $5,000 for Denver against the turnover-prone Zach Wilson. Saints, just terrible. Jacksonville, Cardinals. You got to pay up on defense here if you're going to get a good one. There's no doubt. Even the Saints, Sony Michel is not in a good matchup. I don't play running backs against the Bucs. That's just the thing I do. I don't play running backs against the Bucs. It's like been a thing of mine, and I'm not going away from it, Buffo. So that's no for me. But I think we can go right here to Tennessee Titans against Jacob Eason and the Colts. I think that's a decent enough play. I don't mind going right up here. Actually, Cardinals, because of the terribleness of the Jaguars offense right now. So we can go either way here. Let's throw these guys in here. That's fine. Paying up a defense did cost us a little bit of salary. So let's, again, look for who we can play for cheap. Antonio Brown's really interesting this week. I don't mind him one bit. Last week, they fed Gronk and Mike Evans and Godwin. He was the odd man out. So I'll bring it right back to him. Listen, the Rams have elite cornerback play. That'll probably be on Evans. You'll probably see Evans wiped out of this game, which should push the extra targets to Antonio Brown. So I'm fine with that. Let's see, salary remaining. Again, I'm going to try to find a flex running back that I'm comfortable with. So let's just scroll through. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, much better. If you're going to play Helaire this week, you're going to play him on DraftKings. Don't even bother. Osborne is more of a DraftKings play for me as well. I did put him in my first look DraftKings lineup. He's more of a DraftKings play. I want to get the PPR. I don't know he's a touchdown guy. Sanders is another one. I like these guys as well, but definitely Fanduel Barkley. I'll go right back to Rondell Moore. I'm good with Rondell Moore. Gordon is not my running back of choice. I don't like the split. Don't like the split, Lawrence. That's not my running back of choice. I'm not going to use him. What I'd rather do is pay down at wide receiver right here. Just get a cheap guy in there so I can play more of a studly running back. There aren't that many. I mean, they're making it difficult here. I am not going to sugarcoat it. We really want to get up. I really want to get up here to the Nick Chubb, even Dalvin Cook Kamara zone. It's hard to find. You know what? I might not go with the. You know what? I'm going to go wide receiver. I'm not liking what I'm seeing one bit. I'm not liking what I'm seeing. We can get. I mean, I guess Najee is the best. Is the best here. If we want to plug in, not in this lineup, we can go down very cheap at wide receiver at QB. Oh, Peoples-Jones is terrible. He sucks. He just sucks. Like, he actually sucks at football. Can we go down to a 17? Yes. So check this out, actually. I want to just show you one other possibility. This is how I like to do it. Okay. Justin Fields, running quarterback. Didn't look that good. All right. I'm going to give you away some shit that I normally save for the Players Club. Justin Fields will be starting probably for the Bears. Didn't look that great. So what? He runs. He does it all. He's super cheap. And look what you get when you play Justin Fields. You get Derek Quinry in your lineup. Naked Fields is right. You could play him. You don't even got to play him naked. You could play him with Darnell. You could play him with Allen Robinson. Again, this is like some VIP shit. A-Rob, all good. But Justin Fields, Jay Fiddles. So think about this. Justin Fields for $6,500, right? Running quarterback gets you 22 fantasy points. Or you could pay $8,700, $8,600 for Pat Mahomes. Floor of 20 to 25, upside up to 30, 33. I don't know that it's that different for Fields. Fields has a big monster game. He can easily get 25, 27 fantasy points for $2K less. Now, what did I get to do with the 2K? I get to upgrade from some shitty-ass running back to Derrick Henry or Dalvin Cook. This is what I'll be doing. I might load up so much on Justin Fields on FanDuel this week that I don't even play any of the other guys. Just naked Fields. Handcraft a bunch of lineups. Amazing. So that's going to do it, guys. FanDuel first look lineup. You got your cheat code. Your cheat code this week is going to be Justin Fields. I don't know how you don't play him. He's a running quarterback. They're facing a tough matchup in Cleveland. So if matchups matter, that'll be an issue. Can we play Henry and Cook in one lineup? I think so. I think you can actually afford Henry and Dalvin Cook in the same lineup together, but you can't get Kelsey in that lineup. So in order to afford that, and I don't necessarily love that approach, but if you're going to do this, you can't have Kelsey. You can't have it all. So you're going to have to come down to one of these guys who are fine. Probably Mark Andrews, good spot. Noah Fant. Can't even get Hawkinson here. Or if I want Gronk or Hawkinson, I'm going to have to, give up something here on the defense. So a lot of different ways to go. When you're building your lineups, guys, be creative, build around game environments every time, and make sure you're building a lineup for the contest that you're entering and the site that you're on. FanDuel values touchdowns. That's why we can't play some of these guys that don't score touchdowns. Now, last thing to say before we check out, of course, we're brought to you by DFS Army. If you don't have a VIP membership to DFS Army, you don't have access to all of our premium tools. You haven't even seen any of that yet. Get over there. You want to get signed up. Promo code GEEK. Get you 10% off. There's an NFL only plan for $35 a month, or you get every sport in the DFS all the way to esports. We cover soccer. We cover tennis. We cover college football. Our college football subscription alone is worth $60 a month if you only did that one sport, because we are the best at it. We're the best in the industry at NASCAR. It's well known. And I do all the football. If you like me, then you're going to like our NFL coverage. That's really how it goes. I cover a lot of it. We have a great team behind us, the best projections around. So certainly check out DFS Army, promo code Geek. And the other thing I want to ask you to do is if you bet on sports at all, make sure you go and download Sharp app from the iPhone store, from the Android store, wherever you are. Grab the Sharp app. Just type it in, Sharp app, whatever, on your phone, on the App Store. It's a free app that gives you comparative odds, the Sharp Academy Bettor's Master Training Course. So basically, it teaches you everything you need to know about sports betting. Free bet of the day, every single day by John Sensational Alessia, one of the top handicappers in the world, giving out a free bet every fucking day. That thing's been 15-4 over the last 20 days. The win ratio is actually impossible. It's mathematically impossible. Yeah, there it is. I know you like the free shit. Buffo, all I ask you, not only do you get the app for free, bro, but they're giving a free month of Sharp Bet service, which is the community, kind of like the DFS Army community that goes along with this app. So you can also join the Sharp Bet service for a free month. They'll email you a code after you download the app for that. If you want to do it, you don't have to, but the app is free. You get comparative odds. You get incredible content. The Wise Guys show every Wednesday night with me and Anthony Gargano is amazing. You will love it. So download the Sharp app. It's free. Check it out. And please leave me a nice review. Okay. I built the fucking app with a team. I need positive reviews. Say nice things. If you don't have nice things to say, please don't download the app. I don't need bad reviews. Say nice things. That's all I ask. It's not a lot to ask. Download it. It's free. Leave a nice review. Be like, yo, I like the fucking app. Thank you. Anyway, that'll do it. FanDuel first look lineup. Good luck this week, guys. I will be back on Thursday with the game plan, where we break down the core 4 games and really dive deep into DFS strategy. Come back for that. I will see you guys next time. First look lineup.